Let's talk barbell good mornings during pregnancy. Should you do them? Should you modify them? Or just plain avoid them? Well, like everything to do with training during pregnancy, the answer lies somewhere in between and is completely individual to the person performing them. And after posting a very short video yesterday, I actually thought the barbell good morning requires a more in-depth, detailed video to help you decide whether to include them in your pregnancy training journey. And of course, I'm going to give you some alternatives if they aren't the right exercise for your training age or experience. So if you love strength training and you're currently pregnant, you're in your conception journey, or just gathering info for your future pregnancy training journey, then this video is absolutely for you. And I talk a lot about potential long-term cost versus short-term benefit when it comes to training during pregnancy. The same thing also applies to the barbell good morning. It also applies to any exercise that's performed incorrectly. The key in all of this is understanding what they are and how to apply them to you individually. As an exercise, the barbell good morning is a posteriorly loaded top-down hinge movement that's fantastic for posterior chain development. It helps teach proper hip hinge mechanics and has huge transference to your squat and deadlift due to reinforcing full body tension through the lift and developing strength and stability in more vulnerable positions, all while strengthening your hamstrings, glutes, and pretty much your entire back from your erector spinae, lats, mid-back to your scapular stabilizers, which are all working to help keep the bar in place. And adding to this, you have the anti-flexion core component, making this a big bang for your buck exercise, perfect for training during pregnancy. Because when it comes to training during pregnancy, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you already know the effects pregnancy has on your musculoskeletal system, with the weight of your growing baby causing your center of gravity to shift. To counterbalance this, your pelvis anteriorly tilts, which has a flow-on effect up and down your body. You have the increased weight of your breasts and of course your growing baby, placing pressure on your upper body. When it comes to the upper body, you also have thoracic and cervical spine compensating or counterbalancing the anterior pelvic tilt by curving forwards. You have joint laxity in your lumbar spine due to hormones and the changes to your abdominals. The widening and increased mobility of your pelvis that allows you to birth your baby, along with the weight of the baby, adding extra pressure to your lumbopelvic region. It's a lot, right? And in an oversimplified explanation, all these things have corresponding effects to your muscles throughout your entire body, from tightness in your neck, upper traps, teres minor, lats and chest, lower back, hip flexors, quads, calves, and many of the stabilizing muscles of your pelvis. To help counterbalance all of this, strengthening your posterior chain is exactly what you need to be doing during pregnancy. For your more intermediate to advanced level lifters who aren't able to train their squats and deadlifts at the higher intensities they're used to during pregnancy, the transference of good mornings to both your squat and deadlift will help maintain some of your strength in these lifts. You'll also find the central nervous system fatigue from good mornings are a lot lower than your squats and deadlifts, making them a fantastic addition to your programs during pregnancy. And I really hate using this term, but when you think of functionality, this exercise is amazing for strengthening your back for the hundreds, or shall I say thousands, of times you're going to be bending over a cot and putting down and picking up your baby, right, with the weight at end range. Of course, with all of these benefits, like all exercises, there are potential risks of performing the barbell good morning if you don't have good technique. You haven't developed the strength to be performing this exercise or an exercise that loads you in such a way at end range. If you don't have good upper body mobility and shoulder stability, or you can't maintain a neutral spine position with neutral intra-abdominal pressure to help stabilize the spine throughout the movement, and you haven't performed this exercise prior to falling pregnant, Then of course, the potential to injure yourself while performing a barbell good morning during pregnancy is actually quite high, especially because your spine is already less stable due to the hormone relaxin and the changes in your abdominals. So if you tick some or all of those boxes, I wouldn't recommend this exercise for you during pregnancy. However, there are some great alternatives that you can use during pregnancy that give you very, very similar benefits without the added risk, starting with your banded good mornings. Now, I might use this variation once you understand basic hip hinge mechanics, but before adding load. Then you have the dumbbell Zercher good morning. And this is a fantastic alternative to the barbell good morning, as the dumbbell acts as a counterbalance, making it easier to push your hips back and up. Then you have a landmine good morning. And for those of you who know me, you'll know how much I love using the landmine, and using it as an alternative for the barbell good morning is no different. Again, the front loading here helps act as a counterbalance, making it easier to push your hips back and up. And the amount of core engagement you get with this variation is actually quite high, so another plus for training during pregnancy. And because your training can progress as your pregnancy progresses, once you've mastered these alternatives, you could potentially progress onto the barbell variation, starting with a very light load. So that's it from me today. I really hope this video has helped in your pregnancy training journey. Of course, if you'd like more in-depth pregnancy-specific content, please feel free to apply to my complimentary but private community, the Preggy Training Crew. The link is in my bio.